Bootum, hi! How are you? Hang on. Let me get my dog. Come here. Right now, bugger. Come here. Say hi to the world. Especially Uncle Brett. Hopefully he's watching. Uncle Brett! No. What are you What's that? What's that? You hear somebody? Huh? You hear somebody? You go look. Who's that? Huh? I love how he's blocking my face. You're blocking my face, baby. Okay. Stay. Can you stay there and behave? Okay. And there you go. Hi, guys. How's it going? And I'm like not getting the best views here. Anyway, this is my reaction rant to last night's Fear the Walking Dead episode, which is season 3, episode... What episode are you? 5! There you go. Season 3, episode 5, titled Burning in Water, Drowning in Flame. What an interesting, very interesting title. Anyway, I'm gonna start my training for my job tomorrow. I'm kind of nervous, guys. I really am. Not gonna lie. It's never easy. But anyway, right now my right arm hurts because, on Saturday, last Saturday anyway, I celebrated with my dad's side of the family for my grandma's birthday, and we ate lunch, and, then the kids and some of the adults played bowling, and, yeah. In the beginning, the first game, I chose the wrong bowling ball because it was, like, pretty damn heavy. And so, now my arm hurts like hell. So, and then, I slept the wrong way that same night. And now, like, my right arm hurts and my left leg up to, like, left butt right here is, like... I'm in pain, man. I could barely move around. It's just... I limp, basically. And it's the return of the Pikachu water bottle, guys. It's the return. But anyway, let's see how much I remember, because I was fading in and out. Because I came home... Because Sunday was my, my cousin graduated, high school a week ago. Yeah, I think it was, like, either a week ago or 2 weeks ago. She graduated high school... But she had her celebration for her high school graduation yesterday. And so by the time I came home, though, it was exactly like 9-something. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait until the replay. And so I waited for the replay, and I was fading in and out. You know, I was falling asleep because I was really tired. Like I said, my right arm, my left leg, all the way to the butt. Like, really painful and stuff like that, and I had a lot of fun at the party, so I was exhausted. So, yeah, I was fading in and out, so let's see what I remember. I remember in the beginning, you remember that cute little elderly couple that, Nick saw dancing in front of their house that one episode? Apparently, we go back to this couple because it's like in the middle of the night, and... the elderly man, who we find out his name is Russell, which I think is kind of funny because my boyfriend, his name is Russell. No, sorry. My boo's name. Anyway, he wakes up and he sees that his wife, who apparently her name is Martha, is out of bed. And it looks like she's looking for something, right? So he cautiously approaches her. And she slowly turns around. And we all know this can't be good because it's like... she's either sleepwalking or she turned. Because, no response when the husband asked and everything, and she's eerily quiet. So she either is sleepwalking or she turned, right? And when she slowly turned around, that's when I knew, even before you hear that sound of the infected, the moment she turned around, I knew she already turned. She probably died in her sleep, got up, and since, you know... I don't think it's kind of odd, you know, like, she turned, and she got up from bed, she got out of bed, but didn't try to, like, attack her husband, who was, like, sleeping right next to her, which is pretty damn funny, in my opinion. Anyway, he embraces his wife, right? Because he realizes, oh my gosh, she died, she turned. And I really thought that she was gonna bite the hell out of him, but then they zoom in on the side table. It turns out that Martha took out her false teeth, because she has false teeth. She took them out before she went to bed. So she was obviously alive before they went to sleep, right? So she took out her teeth. So infected Martha can't bite her poor husband to death. So Russell pretty much takes her hand and has his last dance with her, with his wife. And he raises a gun and puts it to his temple. But then he makes sure his wife's head is right there next to his, and he pulls the trigger and shoots them both in the head. And when their body falls, it accidentally topples that little lantern that he turned on, because the lantern is like, there's one of those little flame lanterns that you put like a little flame in there and it becomes a lantern, right? But when their bodies fall over, it pretty much topples over the lantern, crashes on the floor, and the house sets ablaze, right? And all of a sudden, Nick and them, they all get awoken by, like, you know, people like, they're fire, fire, and all that stuff, right? And Nick joins the ranchers as they try to put out the fire. And you see Jake there too. I believe you also see Jake. But anyway, they're trying to put out the fire, and then Jeremiah Otto shows up and orders everyone to stop and save the water, because they can't save Russell and Martha. They're already gone, right? And in the daytime, you know, we see Madison, you know, getting ready to join Troy on his mission to find the missing team that went to investigate the down chopper. Because remember, when the chopper went down, apparently a team from the ranch was sent to investigate, but they never came back. And Madison volunteered to go with Troy and a couple other people to find the missing team, right? So we see Madison, you know, getting ready, and Nick and Alicia, they try to dissuade her from joining, right? Because they don't trust Troy at all. But, you know, she ignores their advice and she leaves with Troy. And we see a little flirt action with Jake when he and Alicia are getting breakfast. And Alicia is pretty grouchy, so she doesn't really take to the flirting much. And we see Gretchen telling Alicia that Russell was, the old man Russell, the one where he, you know, killed his wife, he was one of the ranch's founding members. Apparently there were like, there were 4 old-timer, I call them old-timers because they're older than most of them. 4 people that founded the ranch, one of them being Russell, which is the guy who killed his infected wife, shooting the head. Otto, a dude named Phil, and apparently Gretchen's father. They're the founding members. And during all that, we also get Nick bringing breakfast to Luciana in their bunkhouse, and, you know, she insists that they leave the ranch and to find her people. You know, Nick hesitates, but then he relents and promises to leave with her once she's apparently healthy enough to travel, even though technically she already is, which I thought was pretty damn funny. But anyway, we see Daniel and Strand. Apparently, they have left the dam together, and they're sitting in Strand's car, and there's like a herd crossing the road ahead. And Daniel's like, I need to piss. He's like, you gotta hold it. This herd might come after us. And then Strand gives Daniel pretty much a warning to prepare himself in case Ophelia is no longer at the hotel when they arrive. And of course that gives Daniel a lot of suspicion toward Strand. Like, it grows. His suspicion grows. And he's like, drive through the damn herd, let me find my daughter. So obviously Strand is like trying to delay Daniel from getting to the hotel, because Strand knows for a fact Ophelia left the hotel before he did, right? Like, the first one to leave the hotel was in fact Ophelia. She stole Strand's truck and ditched them there at the hotel. And then Travis ends up there at the hotel, and all hell breaks loose to the point where Madison, Travis, and Alicia had to leave the hotel. They wanted Strand to go with them, but Strand decided to stay at the hotel while those 3 left. Strand was the last one of the original group to actually leave that hotel, while Ophelia was the first. Strand still hasn't told Daniel that, and so he's trying to, in a way, tell Daniel by, like, warning him, prepare yourself, Ophelia might not be at the hotel when we arrive. And he's like, you said that she's waiting for me. Are you lying to me? Is she still at the hotel? And all that stuff, which I think is hilarious. But anyway, we get more interesting moments with Alicia and Jake because she shows up at Jake's house to apologize for being kind of rude and mean, and all of a sudden they start kissing and making out, and obviously that's gonna lead to shit, right? And it's like a bond has formed between them, which I think is hilariously funny. But we go to Troy's group with Madison there. They spot a herd on the side of the road, and he orders his team to kill the infected. But of course, one of the militia men argues on their little walkie-talkies that they should stick to their mission and find the missing team, right? But Madison, who is riding with Troy, agrees with Troy that the militia should take them out just in case this little herd shows up at the ranch. So, Troy's team eliminates the infected, and it actually gives Madison an opportunity to prove her fighting skills to Troy's men, and it actually worked, because they actually gain a little bit more respect for her when they see her fight against these infected. But anyway, we see Nick returning to the ruins of Russell and Martha's home, and he finds a photo of Russell and Martha, and I don't know what drove him to do it, but now he starts to rebuild Russell's burnt down house. And we see Otto watching his efforts, and he decides to help, right? And among the ruins, Otto comes across Russell's gun. I think it was the same gun he used to kill him and his wife, right? And Otto's like, this is such a beautiful gun. Says it's a beautiful tool. And of course, Nick is very leery of the gun and all it represents because he doesn't like the whole gun thing, right? I mean, he'll use a knife or some sharp object, but he obviously is against shooting anyone, even the infected, right? Anyway, I knew from the fact when Alicia kissed Jake and they were like making out and everything, I knew it was going to lead to them sleeping with each other, and I was right because we see Alicia getting dressed after making love with Jace, or whatever it was. It's something, right? And, she sees Jake's little collection of books, and they discuss about the books, and Jake offers to loan her his favorite book, which is apparently a Charles Bukowski book, or something like that. And, Alicia's like, no, I used to enjoy poetry and art, but I no longer see the point of these things in this apocalyptic world. There's no point anymore, right? And it's like, I kind of see what Alicia's going for. It's like, what's the point of the whole book thing and everything if we're in a freaking apocalypse, right? But I kind of see why Jake is trying to offer some normalcy in Alicia's life, despite the apocalyptic world, you know what I mean? Anyway, Troy's team arrives at the helicopter crash, only to discover that whoever shot the helicopter down, apparently somehow, some way, managed to drag that entire helicopter away. That's a huge-ass helicopter, and whoever shot it down manages to drag every little piece of it away. That's incredible. It's like, what the hell do you have that managed to drag a helicopter away from the side? Like, every freaking piece there. That's amazing. But they do manage to find gun shells, and the team, especially Troy, deduces that these gun shells were from a gun that Phil owned. And so they pretty much deduced that Phil, who was part of the missing team, engaged these assailants before retreating to an outpost. But anyway, I'm currently running out of time, so I'll see you in a part 2 video. Goodbye, world. Blah.